last night we had the Bronx blogger on, and he's a communist.
Yeah,
Interesting.
anarcho-communist.
Yeah, anarcho-commie.
Yeah. So we talked to him on this stream, the Kill stream, and then I talked to him for about an hour and a half to like 4:30 on the after show. Yeah, it was a long conversation about communism. I just wanted to get your opinion on communism because you did make a tweet like last year about saying Marx was kind of right, and so I just wanted to clarify
said things like that. Yeah, I mean, I've certainly said things where like Marx got it right here or something. I'm not a Marxist, but no, I mean, I think a lot of people, Jeffrey Dahmer probably said something I agree with too. You know, I mean, it's not. I forgot exactly what I was referring to there, but I do remember that.
By the way, somebody actually sent me this tweet as well, and I didn't go to school as long as you, but I got a degree in political science and stuff like that, and I mean, Marx was a really fucking smart dude. Like, just sit there and say, oh, Marx, complete trash. I can't take anything that he said, you know what I mean? And look at it. No, I mean, Marx, one of the, greatest political philosophers of all time. You're just going to throw out everything he said? No, you're not going to do that. But anyway, your tweet said, and I believe it was to Mike Enoch, you said, look, Marx was kind of right. Bourgeoisie, capitalism, and not the Soviet Union created an undifferentiated, alienated proletarian mass. That was your comment.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Marx believed that capitalism was revolutionary. I mean, this is something that people don't fully grasp. I mean, the ultimate revolution would come after capitalism had swept the globe and totally destroyed traditionalism and so on. So there's no fundamental contradiction in that. I mean, it's like Marx would have viewed this creation of this homogeneous mass man as a positive thing in the ultimate creation of global communism. I mean, we're breaking down borders. We're breaking down, differences between people. We're all consuming the same thing. We're all connected in this big web of a market, and that this will lead to a, ultimate globalism with a scientific socialist state and the end of the division of labor and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is and so I mean, this is the irony of the 20th century is that obviously if I were alive, I probably would have taken up arms with the whites in the Russian Civil War, done anything I could to oppose Bolshevism once it was obviously clear what was going on. That being said, the Soviet Union kind of emerged as an inheritor of the Russian Empire as a structure, and that it kind of emerged despite itself as a sort of conservative order. And the real revolutionary energy, in a way, went to the West. And so it's Americanism that is fundamentally birthing these kinds of, sexual liberation, the deconstruction of the self, and so on, and also just mass homogeneity and so on. And so in a way, the Soviet Union, ironically, despite its wishes, has protected much of Eastern and parts of Central Europe from the ravages of Americanism. So there's that is the ultimate irony of the 20th century. So that's kind of what I was trying to get at with those comments. But these are fairly big-brained comments. I think sometimes people just want me to. Some people just want me to say, death to Marx.
Fuck Marx. Yeah, Marx, that's kind of, he's scum. Yeah.
But wouldn't you argue though that what's really going on is that leftists are taking advantage of the system in order to destroy the system from within by breaking down such things as family values and our systems, our beliefs, our structure, therefore trying to pave the pathway towards eventual communism?
Maybe. I don't fully disagree with what you just said, and I think there's a lot right about it. But I also wouldn't underestimate these inner dynamics within global capitalism and the American ideal in this way. The market the market as a way of organizing things is going to ultimately organize us as a mass consuming body. It's global. There's been this weird thing in America where due to electoral coalitions and due to the Cold War, we've clamped global capitalism onto Christian values, and that's I've used this metaphor. I think it's a great one. It's a jigsaw puzzle where the pieces don't really fit together. And so I don't fully disagree with what you said, but I wouldn't underestimate just these inner dynamics to capitalism and these inner dynamics to Americanism, at least as it's emerged recently.
All right, let me read through a couple of these don't have to do with you. Kyler says Boogie 1488. That's not his name, by the way, but Boogie 1488 has officially passed away. R.I.P. Opinions Hurt says I got banned for talking shit to Boogie. Oh man, that's messed up. You do know who Boogie is though, right?
No.
You don't?
Who is that?
Just a fat YouTuber, basically. That pretty much sum it up. Gamergate stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Autism, basically.